Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline, episode 136 coming at you. I'm your host, Aaron Cooney, and we talked about the women's basketball team. They're in the playoffs. They're the #1 seed in that tournament for the AMC. The men's team, a little different outlook. They were going in. They had one game on their slate just last week, and that was to determine still a lot of determination there in the AMC field to see how they would play in the playoffs. They were taking on Daemen, New York, made that trip up on Saturday afternoon to take on Daemen, 4 o'clock. It was their senior night as well. There you see the Hetheringtons warming up. And your reigning AMC Player of the Week in Asa Braxton, he's there too. But you know what? Point Park again came out a little bit slow, just like the women did. Dom Mazzacci starting things off early and often. You'll see a lot of that. Then on the inside, it's Devin Dawson. It's 11-4 Daemen College. Point Park coming out slow. But then watch the tip. They tip the ball out to Daemen right into the hands. They go to Robbie Hetherington, drains the three. Point Park making a comeback here. And then TJ, look at this grand larceny right there. Speeds down the right-hand side. Now watch this play. Whoop! Oh, the backhand no-look pass. And it's Asa Braxton finishing up. Fantastic stuff there from the Hetheringtons. But answer right back, Gerald Beverly. Get used to that combination there. Sheehan to Beverly pretty much all afternoon. And there you see Mazzacci one more time for three. He had 22 points on his senior day. But Point Park, end of the half, trailing by 7. They would go on a bit of a run. There you see Devon Alexander making a play there. Then Robbie Hetherington, this is in the final seconds, last minute of the half. Robbie hits the 3, gets fouled. Even a rare 4-point play. Point Park would lead actually 40-38 in the break. And then where's the defensive rebounding here in the second half? It's Kadeem Johnson with 2 tries there to get it to go. Then a nice pass there. He had 14 assists on the day. Beverly finishing up hard one more time with the dunk. Alexander trying to spark the Pioneers maybe a little bit towards the end, trying to make a run. He had 21 points on the day, but it's KCCN with the rainbow shot from the elbow. He finished up with 17 points. We mentioned those 14 assists. Here's one more no-look pass. Beverly, another huge dunk for the Daemen Wildcats. 87-67. Daemen wins. They finish up 18-10 overall. Point Park 13-11. There you see Devon Alexander had himself a decent day with 21 points. But Mazzacci, Sheehan, too much to handle for the Pioneers, and we're going to go ahead and bring in the men's color analyst for basketball on 670 AM WPPJ and the USA Sports Network. Chris Hoffman joined us here on the TV side as well. And Chris, really, what went wrong for the Pioneers in this matchup?
What went wrong for the Pioneers was a lot of things. On the offensive side of the ball, they only shot 30%. Usually this team shoots 43 to 44%. They were horrible from the free throw line, missing 17 free throws. Coach Rager says we don't even miss that much in generally 2-3 weeks. They only shot 54%. They're a 75% free throw shooting team. And on the defensive side of the ball, we'd seen them improving the last couple weeks, giving a 52% field goal percentage to the Daemen Wildcats. Daemen had all day to shoot, and also they were pulling down all of the rebounds, getting second chance opportunities. The Point Park defense just fell apart the second half of this game.
Now, Chris, does this worry you a bit? I mean, it's not as bad as a loss to Walsh, but they pretty much got spanked up there in Daemen, New York. And now, they finish up the #3 seed. They're going to have to play Road Warriors here in the AMC tournament. Is that a spot that the Pioneers should be, maybe trembling in a little bit?
I mean, with most teams, I would say yes. But the Pioneers, the way they've been playing this year, they play pretty consistent on the road. They played Wilberforce on the road earlier this year, and they absolutely destroyed them. But the way this Wilberforce series has been going, it's been going both ways. The first game at Point Park, Wilberforce dominated, shooting 52%. But in the second game, they only shot 36%. The Pioneers did very well, changing their fortunes and coming out with a W the last time they played Wilberforce at Wilberforce.
So Point Park, for the second year in a row now in the AMC tournament, they'll be taking on Wilberforce this Tuesday. That'll be at 7 o'clock as they travel there. You can hear that game live on 670 AM WPPJ and the MSA Sports Network. Chris will be making the trip to bring that live to you. And Chris, taking a look at Wilberforce, a rare split for the Pioneers. They don't lose too often. Wilberforce is only the 4th time when they lost the season, that the whole series as a history that the Pioneers have lost to the Bulldogs. But interesting matchup for the Pioneers to go travel to Wilberforce.
Yeah, very interesting indeed, because both games are basically just mirror images of each other, just in reverse. The Pioneers shot very well the second game and shot very poorly the first game, whereas Wilberforce shot very well the first game but shot very poorly the second game. Chris Olafoye led all scores in the first game with 27 points, but only had 1 point in the second matchup, and he hasn't played the last few games. Like, he's been not on the team for the last 3 games, so the Bulldogs have to look for other people to come off the bench and score, which Foster has been doing for this team, and generally he's a starter.
And Olafoye has missed the past 3 games, including their game against Roberts Wesleyan, which had some playoff implications. But we'll have to see what happens there, and we'll find out Tuesday when we listen in to you, Chris, at Wilberforce University. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to bring back the Pioneer Playbook, and we're going to break down some plays to see, what the Pioneers need to do going into the AMC tournament here coming up this week. So don't go nowhere. You want to see this one.